let's talk about
Yeah.
those other issues. You've got an article, headline, front page of ROB, Globe and Mail, Shelflation. So
Yeah.
talk about this. I'm very familiar. We've talked about shrinkflation. You know,
Shrinkflation. Yeah.
I actually is happy to hear about shrinkflation in a weird way because I'm like, do I really now eat a whole package of bacon? And like we finished the package of bacon and we're like, have we gone
I
over the
know.
top here? But actually, the bacon is, there's a lot less bacon in that package. That's
It's a buck a
shrinkflation.
slice now. Oh yeah.
Buck a slice.
A
I
buck a
like buck a beer. I
slice.
like buck a beer, but buck a slice, not so good. All right, talk about this shelflation. What's going on? What are you talking
Yeah,
about here?
so I actually, it was last week. I just went out for a jog and was thinking, and I don't know how you do your thinking. I actually do my thinking when I'm exercising, and I was thinking about shrinkflation and obviously inflation, which is a big part of what we do at the lab. And I've been hearing so many stories about rotting produce in grocery stores. Quality is really not consistent right now with perishables in general because of supply chain woes. I mean, basically, you got labor issues, you don't have as many people to move things around. These things will happen, pandemic or not. And so when I was hearing more of these stories about the shelf life of perishables being compromised, I thought, well, that's kind
Mhm.
of it contributes to the inflation rate. Really, it really will add more cost to households when it comes to food, and that's how I came up with the term
Mm.
shelflation.
Yeah.
The shelf life of a product being shortened as a result of what's going on across the supply chain, and you know very well, Michael, that right now to get any food across the continent, from farm to store, it takes longer, it takes more time, and you're likely going to see breaches, especially with the cold chain,
Hmm.
and of course you'll the freshness and the quality of certain products will be compromised.
Well, and I know immediately when I read your tweet about it, it struck a chord with me because we buy some fresh fruits and vegetables, and we were literally looking. Hey, I just bought this, and I've already seen fungus in my blueberries. What's
Oh, so
going
you've
on?
seen some yourself?
Absolutely, and we've experienced it. In other words, well, we got to go out and buy more blueberries because half this pack is already compromised. So I've experienced it in small ways in fresh fruit, and I guess it's to the listeners who may not be into this whole understanding of the supply chain, this just in time. There's not a lot of days built in. I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes the product is shipped and it's not even ripened. It ripens on the way to the grocery shelf. So they listen. The supply chain is this is the overall broader issue around supply chain that I think the industry is talking about is have we wound it up so tight that it doesn't leave any room for give? And of course, it's done that for a reason well beyond the scope of
And I mean, the supply chain has done wonders for the food industry and for
yeah, and
consumers.
pricing, yeah,
And
yeah.
unlike some academics I've heard, I actually do trust the model, the just-in-time model. I think it works very well on a global scale. It's just when a pandemic hit, the model will be challenged. I mean, I think it's something that we need to expect. But and the reason why I came up with the shelflation issue is that, of course, I was a little bit concerned about people panicking and going to the store to buy for 2 weeks worth of food, and I was trying to rationalize why you wouldn't do that, why you shouldn't do that.
There's more
And
waste.
shelflation is a pretty strong argument to get people to think over the short term, over 2-3 days instead of a week or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put a link to the article. Actually, it's a great article
Well, I'm
that you've
glad you
got in the
enjoyed it.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed
So,
it.
by
And
the way, shelflation. So I think the term has been used before in accounting. I don't even know how, but it's been. But this is the first time that shelflation is being used in the food space,
all right.
particularly. Yeah.
Once
There you
again, once
go.
again, once again, you're innovating. There you go.
Well,
All
I'm an
right. Well,
academic. I can come up with words all the time, right?